I'm Mark Fernandez, and this is Franchising with Fernandez.
We're here today at the Perth Franchising Expo, and BDA is here because we're going to interview some of the franchising brands to help you select what's best for you. So come on, let's go and have a look at some of those key brands today. And my special guest is the General Manager of Soul Origin, Adam Neal. Adam, welcome.
Thanks, Mark. Great to be here.
Wonderful. Thanks for your time today. So the burning question that everyone has is, how much? How much does it cost to get into your franchise business?
Our businesses range depending on size, the site location, but essentially it's sort of between that $350,000 and $400,000 for a full turnkey operation.
Right, great. And so $300,000, $400,000 to get in. Now let's talk about the ongoing fees, marketing and royalty payments.
So our royalty and marketing fee is combined, so it's a 9% royalty fee on gross sales. Other than that, we've got our small charges that are involved with our IT solutions, internet, phone. However, the actual only royalty that we charge is 9%.
Wow, okay, that's great. So now you're a national brand, you're coming to Perth, you look to grow your brand here in Perth. So let's talk about some locations here and around the state. What are you looking to put with
Look, we're really excited to come to Perth. It's been the last market in Australia for us to touch on. That was done purposely because of our logistics and making sure that we can, when we come to Perth, that we do it right. We've got our first site opening in the next 3 or 4 weeks at Annex, followed a week later by another site in Central Park. We're hoping that, the next 12 months that we should put down another 10 to 12 sites. These essentially are going to be the better shopping centres within Perth. We like locations located outside of food courts, high traffic areas, and basically we're going to duplicate or replicate the success that we've had in other states and bring that over to Perth.
Wow, very exciting time, isn't it?
Exactly. Look, the brand's really strong at the moment. We've got 92 stores. We've got another 5 to open between now and the end of the financial year, and we've penciled in 35 sites, of which Perth is going to be a big part of that for the next financial year.
Fantastic. So if I'm a prospective franchisee and I've got a location or an area that I think we should be in, can I put my hand up and say, hey, Adam, you need to have one here and I'll buy it?
Absolutely. We always encourage franchise or people that would love to be a franchisee with us for sites that they've selected, because quite often they know the market intimately. However, there is a criteria that we ensure that must be met before we go ahead with the site. A big part of it, or the most important part of a franchise business, is to ensure that that store is successful and the franchise is profitable. So it's a little bit of balance of both. We have our targeted sites that we'll look for. However, if we've got franchisees that are interested in a particular site, we'll push our leasing guys, if we believe that's the right site for the Soul Origin brand, to go and be a little bit more aggressive in the approach to the landlords around that.
Yeah, great. It's also about understanding the local market and having people, that's a great site, why, and digging down.
Absolutely, and with the 92 stores that we have got, there's certain benchmarks, KPIs, and things that we know that sort of contribute towards those stores being very successful. So, again, our growth has been very rapid. However, we want to make sure that with our continued growth that we're sticking to the same formula that we started with.
Success. If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Exactly.
Right? Good, wonderful. So now let's talk about why prospective franchisees should join you. Why do you think they should come on board and look at your business model, their growth and their investment for the future?
Look, I think it's a business that is very rewarding. That being said, there is it's still hard work. Yet I've yet to come across a retail business that isn't hard work. The relationships that we see with our franchise partners and their customers, in itself, it is really something that we see that people enjoy in the business. And obviously we're in the business to make money. That financial reward should be there for the franchisee. for the amount of effort they put into it. One thing that I'm very proud of at Solar Origin is the support that we do give our franchisees. From the minute that they join us with our training program prior to opening the store, to the support that we give them with our new store opening team when they do open their store, and then swapping over to our operational team and marketing teams that continue to give that support through the whole life cycle and the journey. You know, our business is based on successful franchise partners, so you know, it's in our best interest to make sure that it's successful. You know, that's how we sell our next generation of stores. Our franchisees are our biggest advocates, and it's one of our true KPIs and a testament to the health of our business and our brand.
There you go. Wow, wonderful. Ladies and gentlemen, Adam Neal, the General Manager of Solar Origin. Thank you for your time, man.
Thank you, Mike.
Great.
Nice to meet you.
So I'm Mark Fernandez, and this has been Franchising with Fernandez.